29th meeting between these two.
Yeah, great games over the years, and always loved coming to Green Memorial Stadium as you look at the series history there. The Bulldogs gathering on the field, but it's always fun to come here. Great atmosphere. They've got the nice field turf. It's really a beautiful stadium. Their crowd is they always have their students dressed in hunting gear with their Grizzly hunting shirts on, and just a fun place to play football. We got the giant Bulldog head with the dry smoke coming out as the Bulldogs take the field, but it's a lot of fun to play here and coach here and watch games here.
Green has won 3 in a row, coming off a 27-20 win over Cloverleaf last week. Wadsworth pasted Revere 42-0. And if you look at the head-to-head statistics, a couple interesting things to look at. The Grizzlies scoring 37 a game, Green 26. Wadsworth allowing only 14 points, Green 17. However, in the last 3 games for Green, all wins, the last 3 opponents are averaging just 11 points per game, and in those last 3 games, Green opponents have averaged just 204 yards of offense, so that 262 is a little inflated due to their one loss to the Jackson Polar Bears in week 2. That was a 41-27 loss for Green, in which the Polar Bears rushed for more than 400 yards. That's a number that opens your eyes wide when you have to face the Grizzlies. And Green has had trouble stopping the run the last few years, but they've really shored that up as of late, as teams aren't running as well on this Green Bulldog defense. Offensively, all kinds of weapons for Green. They are a very speedy overall team. The Green Bulldogs won the 2011 Suburban League Track and Field Championship, and many of those athletes are on this football team. And we'll see them and talk more about them tonight as Luis Escudero gets ready to kick it off for the Grizzlies to start tonight's ball game. And 3 back deep at the 5-yard line for the Bulldogs. And it goes to the center. It's caught by Zach Whelan, the junior running back. Has a huge seam on the right side in front of the Grizzly bench. Moves to the middle of the field and takes it all the way to the Green, or I should say Wadsworth 49-yard line. Yeah. Great return.
Boy, and that's Bulldogs be happy to start the game with a big return like that. Looked like Mitch Gordon did a nice job on the special teams for the Grizzlies, eventually tackling Whelan, and he almost ripped that ball out. But the Bulldogs are going to be in business to start in Wadsworth territory to 49.
Their offense is led by experienced senior quarterback Mark Zimmerman, number 6, an honorable mention Division I All-Ohio pitcher, so you know he's got an arm. And he swings one out to his lead receiver, Andrew Pratt, who's 6'5", 200 pounds. A huge target for Zimmerman is Pratt, who coming into tonight had 391 yards on 18 catches with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, you mentioned he is a big target, 6'5", 200 pounds, and I was watching him in warm-ups. He moves very well for a kid that big.
Zimmerman will run with the football as well. He came into tonight with 229 yards rushing and a touchdown. And a little inside handoff. That looked like it was to Kyle Finch, another one of their main running backs. Finch, a 2-time All-Suburban League selection in track, and leads the team in rushing with 43 carries, 243 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So between Finch, Zach Wieland, and Zimmerman running the ball combined, it's like having one 700-yard running back through 5 games.
Right, they really have a lot of yards rushing. It's just distributed between 3 different players.
3rd and 2 from the 49, and Zimmerman gets this one out to an open receiver. It's Hazen, and he's pushed out of bounds by John Kuss. Number 2 receiver for the Green Bulldogs, Mason Hazen. He is a 5'9", 175-pound junior. Hazen came in with 15 catches for 173 yards and a touchdown. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Boy, very quickly the Bulldogs moving right down the field here, John. Defense has got to stiffen up.
Zimmerman, little movement there as the play was stopped.
Yeah, that's a good break for the Grizzlies. They needed something to disrupt the timing here of this offense and slow this momentum down. So it looks like the Bulldogs are going to back up 5 and Grizzlies got to settle down here, see if they can hold them to a field goal attempt. Ball's moving back now to the 16-yard line. Give the Grizzlies a chance to catch their breath, regroup.
Plenty of options at the skill positions for the quarterback. Mark Zimmerman going to roll out to his right and has an open receiver. It was Jordan Kitzmiller, a senior, and a little too high for him, incomplete.
Yeah, good job, good defense on the play. Outside linebacker Nick Seamy out there with coverage. And again, an incompletion, a penalty, and an incompletion, giving the Grizzlies a chance to regroup a little bit, see if they can hold them to a field goal try.
2nd and 15 now. Green has another new head coach, Ed Cyback, in his first season. We'll have more on him later. 10:29 to play first quarter. Ball at the 16. Quick throw on a slant, nice pass to Pratt, and he stopped short at about the 2.
Boy, they can get a first down. It's close to a first down inside the 1. But what a nice throw there by Mark Zimmerman. Just a precise pattern run and just put it right in there where it needed to be. And Andrew Pratt, that big target, running the slant, comes up with a nice catch. Well, it is going to be 3rd down now, 3rd and about a half a yard.
And with this Bulldogs team, Roger, we're going to see about as diverse an offense as any team the Grizzlies will see all season. Zimmerman hands it off. Jamie Dawson,
Fumble,
the junior,
fumble.
Ball loose. Who's got it? Looks like Byron Brown may have gotten a hand on it.
Boy, somebody made a really nice stick here on the goal line and knocked this ball out of here. Right there. There's a helmet right on the football, and ripping at it is Jack Snowball, I think.
Snowball.
It looked like Tyler Perry was right next to him, but those guys ripped it out, but you can see.
It came up into the hands of Mark Dahlman, junior lineman, 6'1", 255, so.
Still a big play, though, John, because that's gonna force him into a field goal try.
Junior Mark Owens going to attempt a 22-yarder. It's to the inside of the right upright and good, so the Bulldogs, with the good opening field position, go up 3-0 on the Grizzlies. But we saw it with that Green offense. A lot of skilled players. A different kid from play to play will make something happen. And quarterback Mark Zimmerman's used multiple receivers all year because this team has a lot of athletes that can run and catch. And another thing I've noticed is Zimmerman this season likes taking the snap out of the shotgun formation after going under center most of last year, and he feels that helps him make quicker reads on the opposing defense.
Well, they did a nice job reading defenses right there and marching right down the field quickly after that nice kick return. So that's a great start of the game for the Bulldogs. But now the Grizzly offense is going to come out there. They're going to send Jack Snowball deep to return this kick, and we'll see if the Grizzlies can march the ball down for a score.
Saw on our head-to-head statistics to start the ball game, Grizzlies averaging 315 yards on the ground per game.
Yeah, and they would love to do that again tonight. And as the weather starts to get worse as we move deeper into the season, it's always nice to be able to run the football, and that's the Grizzlies' specialty this year.
Mark Owens to kick it off, and the Bulldogs' rush defense will be tested. They do have 13 takeaways this season, the Green Bulldogs, through 5 games. So it seems, even though they have that athletic, diverse offense, that seems the Bulldogs are strongest when they don't have the ball.
Yeah, ball security tonight will be big with it being cold and wet. You got to hang on to that football.
Martese Jackson from the 17. And he's gang tackled at about the 27-yard line, where the Grizzlies and Jack Snowball, the senior running back, will take things over here. And some notes about Jack, Roger. He's 52 yards away from becoming the 3rd player in school history to have 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons. He would join Drew Jones and Dro Tricome.
Yeah, 2 great running backs right there, and be in good company. We'll see what the Bulldogs are going to do to try to stop him tonight.
Snowball at 948 yards rushing, 52 to go. Gets the give. And the Green Bulldogs stuffed the middle and stopped Jack Snowball.
Yeah, now what they did right there, John, that they had all 11 in the box. They had split one guy out, looked like in man coverage, and the other 10 defenders were right up towards the line of scrimmage. The safeties were standing about a yard behind the linebackers, and you can bet everybody's watching number 5. So don't be surprised to see the Grizzlies go to some play action.
Jack is now 7th on the school career rushing list, coming in with 2,203 yards in his career. Kuss, toss, sweep, Snowball, gonna turn the corner. Left side, lowers the boom to the 30.
Number 5, Snowball, again the ball carrier for Wadsworth.
It's a short gain, but again, John, they are loading that box up. Their safety had his heels that time at about 7 yards. So they are really creeping up there and trying to stop that run.
And this is a young defensive line for the Green Bulldogs. In their rotation on that defensive line are 3 sophomores, a junior, and a senior. And keep an eye, too, on number 27, Kyle Finch, the running back, linebacker. He's kind of a rover back, and they'll use his speed on defense. Kuss to throw, in trouble, hammered down at the 15-yard line, flying through. Kuss on the season is just 18 of 30, and
looked like number 84, Billy Corpus, got the sack there for the Bulldogs. Did a nice job coming from the edge.
Corpus, one of those sophomore linemen for the Bulldogs.
He's going to force the punt now.
Chester Foth has done a great job punting so far this season, averaging 38 yards per punt, has had 3 of his 6 attempts land inside the 20. This one will not, as he's way deep in his own territory, and it bounces out of bounds at the Green 45.
Yeah, good job by Chester. And the other thing I like about that punt, he didn't give Andrew Pratt a chance to return it. Pratt has returned a kickoff for a touchdown already this year, and certainly can go to the distance. So now the Grizzly defense back on. They got to stop him, John.
And that Green defense, back to them, Roger, they'll use those track speedsters on the edges and sometimes bring them to the middle, but with some well-timed blitzes coming from that right side of the defense from this Green D, but Zimmerman back out there to lead the offense from that shotgun. Going to his left this time, looking for Pratt. He'll keep it himself, then releases it. Almost intercepted, but incomplete. Nice breakup of the pass by Bret Boffman.
Great job by Bret Boffman, and that's, you always tell your quarterback, don't throw late over the middle, and he tried to do that right there, and Bret did a nice job flowing over, reading his eyes, breaking on the football, and he almost came up with a big turnover.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Green Bulldogs are looking for their first winning season since 2006. They finished 8-2 that year, but did miss the playoffs. 7:20 left first quarter. Chasing Zimmerman down, the Grizzlies get him at the 45. It was Ryan Wise there on the tackle with some pursuit by Tyler Perry.
Yep, nice pressure by the Grizzlies on the outside. Tyler Perry didn't come up with the tackle right there, but he did a nice job slowing that play down, and then Ryan Wise ran to the football and made the tackle. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8. And Grizzly defense love to get off the field right here. They need a big stop right now.
Zimmerman came into tonight 849 yards passing, so he can throw the ball. I mentioned an All-Ohio pitcher for the Green Bulldogs baseball team. Still looking for a receiver, Nick Tavanello there to wrap him up and throw him down.
Well, I just love to see that, because a lot of times I think ball carriers underestimate the speed and quickness of Nick Tavanello. Right here, Zimmerman thinks he can beat him to the corner, and then, you could just see Nick just accelerating with everything he's got and getting over there, and the big Grizzlies hauls him down now. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Grizzlies are going to hopefully get the ball back here with about, 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs were short a guy. Pratt runs out, takes his spot on the end.
Number 13, Daryl Corin, a junior, punts it away, and it's a nice high spiral to the 18-yard line and immediately hit after the catch was Winkler, Nate Winkler.
Good job by Winkler just to catch that ball and hang on to it as the Bulldogs had good coverage. But now that Grizzly offense, John, don't be surprised if the Grizzlies start with a little play action or a bootleg. I know their field position isn't ideal for that, but boy, the Bulldogs first and second down last time really crowded the line of scrimmage.
Grizzlies to the eye, 2 receivers to the right. Snowball the give. Gets a good block by Boffman, turns the corner, maybe a hold on Bret as Snowball's going to take it to the end zone, but it's coming back.
Yeah, there's a flag, and I'm afraid you're right. Block on the perimeter right there, and you see Jack's reaction as he looks back and sees the yellow on the field, so I believe that one's coming back. But there's a lot of room on that outside as Jack got around the corner. And we'll see, this one's going to bring the Grizzlies back. Looks like to about the 14-yard line. So they'll have to start over again.
Penalty is holding against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, defensively, John, looks like the Bulldogs are going from a 4-3 look, but as I said, they're really crowding the line of scrimmage with their safeties and their outside linebackers. Everybody's up.
Kuss play action fake, and Boffman was wide open on the pass by Kuss, but a little over his head.
Yeah, a lot of room in there, and Grizzlies probably wouldn't be surprised to see him coming back to that pattern, that play action pass. And again, they will. The other thing they like to do besides the play action pass is the bootleg, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some of that as well. But now they don't like to be in these situations where it's second and long, it's second and 14 right here. They don't like these types of situations. See if they can get half of it here.
Green would love to force the Grizzlies to throw the football all night long, but Grizzlies offense just too good running the football there. Kuss is tripped up at the 15, so not much there.
No. Good job by the middle linebacker right there. That's Zach Tepes did a nice job bringing down Kuss. So it's going to be third and long, and now it's, this is what the Bulldogs like. Those 4 defensive linemen are going to be coming after him, and they're not real big, but as you said, they are quick. Linebackers playing a little deeper now.
Got Martese Jackson on Kuss's left shoulder. And a little turnaround the other way to Simi, but the Bulldogs sniff that one out and stop it.
Kuss's pass complete to number 15, Nick Simi.
You're going to see the replay, and we've seen the Grizzlies run this play successfully several times this year, and unfortunately so have the Green Bulldogs. They watch film, and coaches did a good job getting them ready for that very play. And when you have those situations, when it is a 3rd and 13, coaches are always talking about screen and draw. And credit the Bulldog players and coaches right there for being ready for that one.
Dangerous punt returner, senior Andrew Pratt, returned a punt 66 yards for a touchdown last week in the win over Cloverleaf. Calls for a fair catch at the 48-yard line of Wadsworth.
Second drive now, the Green's going to begin inside Grizzly territory, almost where they started their first drive from, John, and that's, the Grizzlies are losing the battlefield position.
Don't forget about the Green Oak Booster Club.
Giving Green more chances here to start in Grizzly territory. The defense has got to toughen up and do what they did last series, get a 3 and out, get that offense back on, try to shift this field goal or this field position battle.
And the right guard jumped there for Green.
Yeah, Zimmerman trying to switch the count up. As good quarterbacks do to keep the defensive linemen on their toes from timing up the snap count, but it's going to cost the Bulldogs 5 yards there.
Bulldogs lacking a little size on that line this season as opposed to last year. The Bulldogs were huge, biggest team in the league. This is Seth Whelan, junior running back. He and his brother Zach, both track stars, and both running backs. They are twins. Are Seth backs. And Zach Weiland. Number 31 is Seth, and number 12 is Zach. That one worked well. As
ball's
Jamie
out.
Dawson, ball was loose. That was Dawson on the carry.
Jamie Dawson, the ball carrier.
Here's a replay.
Little draw play, and again, that's a little sprint out draw where he starts to look like he's going to do a rollout pass, and then he just slips it to the back, coming back underneath. But nice hit right there by C.J. Edwards, and then Anthony Pappas throwing his shoulder pads into the fray, knocks the ball out, but unfortunately the referees had blown the whistle and called it down, and Bulldogs recovered it anyway, so they got a third down now and about 6, we'll call it.
Zimmerman stepping up in the pocket, eluding a sack, and a pass play broken up again by Boffman. That's 2. Green fans wanted a flag.
Yeah, and you know, before the night's done, if things keep playing out the way they're playing out, he might wind up with an interception because there's a couple late throws across the middle. Bret's doing a great job of, you know, you coach that under coverage, the linebackers to butt up to those receivers that are in their zones. You read the quarterback's eyes and you break on the football, and Bret did a nice job breaking that pass up as well. So great job by the Grizzly defense.
Bret came in, leading the team in tackles this season with 28. Punt by Corin. At the 14, it's fielded by Winkler, and again, green all over it.
Number 17.
Keeping the Grizzlies deep.
They really are. Now's the time the Grizzlies really got to kick it into gear. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first quarter. They've fought the battle of field position here, but they got to get the ball moving. They got to take things into their own hands. The offense has got to control the ball a little bit, give the defense a chance to rest, and they got to get on the board.
Would like to say thank you to all 55-28 yes votes in last May's levy.
Again, Bulldogs really crowding the line of scrimmage.
Toss the snowball, getting some holes, cross to the 20, still on his feet, and they don't blow the whistle till he's pushed out of bounds.
No, well, pushing and shoving, that's okay.
Down by number 34, Johnny Barrickman, and number 32, Jamie Dawson.
And pickup of about 3 yards right there, so we'll see. As you get the replay, there's Jack doing a good job hanging on to the football, getting what he can get. And you keep taking your shots, and then you know sooner or later number 5's going to bust one.
Yeah, he's only averaging 3 yards a carry so far tonight. That's 6 yards off his average of 9 per carry. 2nd and 6 from about the 20. Boffman had a huge hole to the 40-yard line, first down, and everyone looking at number 5. You can't forget about number 33, Boffman.
No, you certainly can't, and it's what you're going to start seeing now. You know, we see that Green's game plan is no surprise. They're going to try to stop number 5. They're going to load the box up. But remember, you have a couple other weapons back there, and Bret Boffman and John Kuss and other guys that can carry the football as well. And then Jack Snowball becomes a great decoy. And then, like we said, you keep giving it to him, and then he's going to break one.
Gets it again to the right side. About midfield. Nope, they're going to stay back at the 48-yard line.
Taken out of bounds by number 7, Mike.
Yep, that's just the stretch play where they're, again, Jack gets the ball deep in the backfield, and then he can read it. He can cut that in. He can cut it out. It's designed to go outside, but he can cut that back at any point when he sees an opening. And sometimes you get those little seams in the defense where, the outside defenders take off and sprint, and some of the inside defenders get cut off, and you cut that back quick.
2nd and 3. Kuss gonna keep it. Got a first down, and then right into green territory, and a flag after Kuss went down. See what this is about.
Yeah, could be a face mask penalty here. Grizzlies could add some yardage onto that. He is marking it off against the Bulldogs.
First time Wadsworth is in green territory tonight, and there's 1:08 left in the first quarter.
Yep, that's what they need to do. Rise up here, get behind that big offensive line. Get those guys coming off the ball and wear down this smaller defensive front that Green has. Keep coming at them, ground and pound, wear them out.
Clock rolling, under 1 minute to play first quarter. Boffman again, rumbles to the 38-yard line.
Boy, John, had he been able to keep his feet, and he almost did, there was a big hole in the middle of that Green defense. And again, those safeties are running out of there. They're watching number 5. As soon as he steps wide like it's a sweep, they start trying to fill those lanes outside, and that's what opens it up in the middle. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bret get a few more long runs tonight.
2nd and 3. Like those 2nd and shorts. Fake to Boffman now. Kuss is going to keep it. Makes a nice move to get it down to the 25-yard line for another Grizzly first down.
Yeah, they got it rolling now, so they get some momentum back. Got to take this ball down. You got to punch it into the end zone.
Can't forget Kuss averaging 60 yards per game on the ground and a 5.5-yard average on the season. 9-8-7. Grizzlies going to step up to the ball, and I don't think they'll get it off before the end of the quarter, and they won't. After 1 here at Green Memorial Stadium, it is the Bulldogs 3 and the Grizzlies nothing.
Hello, I'm Dale Fortner, Superintendent of Wadsworth City Schools, and many of you know we have an important ballot issue this November. During the campaign, we think that it is vital that you separate fact from fiction.
Fact. Wadsworth City is the only school district in Medina County to receive the Excellent with Distinction Award for 3 consecutive years.
Fact. The schools have achieved this rating while charging the lowest property tax per pupil in Medina County and spending the lowest amount per student.
Fact. The schools have already implemented over $5 million in reductions to make ends meet.
Fact. Without the new operating money, deep and impactful cuts will need to be made, and Wadsworth children and families will lose valuable opportunities and services.
Fact. It has been 8 years since the schools have asked for new operating money, which is used exclusively to fund the district's day-to-day operations.
As voters, we believe it's important for you to have the facts. If you need more information, visit our Friends for Wadsworth City Schools website. And on November 8th, vote to keep our schools and community strong.
Tossed the snowball, nice spin move, still on his feet. And might have got 1 or 2.
I'm going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Make it 2nd and 9 from the 23.5-yard line. Snowball comes out of the backfield, lines up right of the line. And a fake, and Simi wide open on the little tight end pass. Just everyone forgot that Simi can just peel off the line there, and everyone worried about Boffman running the football. And again, a connection from Kuss to Simi for the Grizzly touchdown.
Yeah, great call. The Grizzly coaches stretched the Bulldogs out. They went with a slot formation to the far left. It took 2 defenders out. As we said, the safeties have been creeping up here and trying to take away the run, and it was a great job by tight end Nick Simi. Slips behind the defense. John Kuss delivers a strike. Grizzlies were on the board.
Escudero for the extra point. And it is good, as Luis Escudero has now hit 11 consecutive extra points after he began the season 6 of 11. So he is now 17 out of 22.
Yeah, catch the replay here. Look at what makes this play go besides all the runs the Grizzlies have been doing. Nice play fake. John Kush just fakes it, takes his time, stands tall. Nice job by the offensive line. And just delivers a nice just backyard football. Just to stand tall, throw a good pass. Nick does a good job getting open, and you see the defense was spread out. They used some formation right there. They used what they'd been doing with the runs, with the play action fake, and Grizzlies were on the board. Great job. Just what they needed to do right there. Get down the field, long drive, get in the end zone.
That is the third time Kuss and Simi have hooked up for 6 points this season.
John, they need a good kickoff now, too. That first kickoff was kind of short. It was a very returnable ball. You gotta make these guys work a little bit. See if Luis can get his foot into one right here. And again, you have some dangerous return guys back there for the Bulldogs. See if the Grizzlies can hold them to some poor field position now.
And he squibs one. And number 85, Kyle Edwards, the junior, has it rattle around his knees a little, and he just wisely falls on it.
Yeah, so that's certainly better when where they started their other drives right here. Now the Grizzlies have them on the 29, and let's see now if they can hold. Now we can really start switching the field position advantage on them.
7-3 our score. Wadsworth leads with 11:16 to play in the first half. Handoff goes to Finch.
Number 27, Kyle Finch, the ball carrier for Green.
Good job over on the right side of the Grizzly defense by Nick Simi and Nick Tavanello.
Number 15, Nick Semi.
The Bulldogs do pick up about 3.
So Zimmerman now with Finch and Seth Wieland in there on either side of him. Rolling to the right, Zimmerman tucks it in. Looks for a open hole, but good job there by Byron Brown to stop him. And
John, one thing we didn't mention tonight, the Grizzlies are without Nick Miller. They're good defensive linemen. And you can see right here, Byron Brown does a nice job coming all the way across the field. Great pursuit and hustle to take him down. Now it's going to bring up a third down and looks about 1.5.
Yeah, you may remember Miller went out last week in the game against Revere with a concussion. Senior that first down for the Bulldogs. Senior Nick Miller that moved here from Worcester. Been doing a nice job.
He's been a great asset to that Grizzly defensive line and also as a fullback, backup fullback. Brandon Palladar making that last stop there, but not before Zimmerman can come up with the first down. So Bulldogs on the march here. Ball's on the 41-yard line. Big receiver Andrew Pratt's going to split out here to the right.
And he comes back for it, does Pratt. Looks to the middle of the field, spins, and pushed down and stopped by Chester Foth and John Kuss.
Yeah, nice job by the Green coaches here with this call. They fake the swing the one way, and then it's like a little throwback bubble screen, and you can see Andrew Pratt's kind of coming underneath everything. He took a few steps out to get the DB to back off, and then he just slides underneath with blockers out in front before Chester Foth brings him down, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
8:55 to play first half. Grizzlies look like they're coming in. And that one complete to
Zimmerman's pass complete to number 87.
That's about a 1
Pratt
yard
again.
Gain. Yeah, just about a 1 yard gain though. That one
on the tackle, number 15.
Didn't hurt you. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout.
We are with 8:26 to play in the first half.
Green Bulldogs, timeout. Don't forget to check page 4 of your Greenhouse Sports
Green
Booster
coaches
Club
want to
sports
talk things
program.
over
If you
here.
have head
Speaking
coach
of the
Ed
Green
Seiback's
coach,
signature, you win
they've got a new
$25
one this
gift
season.
certificate to Legends
Ed
Sports Club
Seiback
and a
in his
free
first
piece
year
of
has the
music.
Bulldogs out to the
And
good
after the
4-1 start.
President, 4-year prize.
And he
Page
replaces
4 of your
Tom
program.
Stacy, who was 12-18 over the last 3 seasons. Stacy resigned and also retired from teaching phys ed, and he became an assistant to Ashland University coach Lee Owens. And some of you may remember that Tom Stacy and Lee Owens were together at Massillon High and the University of Akron before Stacy came to Green to coach the Bulldogs, and Owens took over the football program at Ashland. Seiback was head coach at Fairless from 2003 to 2007 and became the defensive coordinator under Tom Stacy here at Green in 2008. Ed Seiback, the Green head coach, teaches world history to sophomores here at Green High School. Zimmerman, nice pass, and wide open is Seth Whelan, and he cuts it back inside. Seth Whelan with that terrific track speed there, you saw it. He only appeared in 6 games last season and missed the entire track season following major knee surgery. And Seth Whelan looks to be well recovered from that major knee surgery.
He does look to be well recovered. It was a great play, and they did a nice job there. The outside receiver ran the slant. He ran the out, found himself in some open space and made the most of it.
Before that pass, Zimmerman was 5 out of 8 for 59 yards through the air, and they're using that run to set up the pass nicely so far this evening. Inside handoff, Finch breaks free from an initial hit by 2 Grizzlies and falls down inside the 15.
Yeah, Kyle Finch is really a kid that's kind of put together. He's 5'11", 210, and you can see right there, as well as his quickness, he's strong, he's got good balance. He did a nice job right there, just getting a yard instead of a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and I mentioned 2-time All-Suburban Leaguer in track is Finch. Zimmerman looking to throw, does. Little inside throw, it looked incomplete at the corner of the end zone. Looked like John Kuss stepped in front of that pass, but here it is.
It did, boy. You got Zimmerman again throwing late across his body, and yeah,
it just went right between Pratt and Kuss.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are lucky that number 19 wasn't able to come up with that one right there.
I think Pratt and Kuss both were a little worried they might collide.
I think, yeah,
kind of both were going head to head for that ball. It's 3rd and 8. Over the middle, high and complete to number 48, Christian DeLauro, the junior tight end, gets the Green touchdown to make it 9-7 Bulldogs.
Boy, what a nice pass that was by Zimmerman. Just kind of floated that one in there, but dropped right into the hands of his receiver for the first Bulldog touchdown of the night. Kicker Mark Owens is on here to try the extra point.
Extra point by Mark Owens is good, and 10-7 our score with 7:17 to play in the first half.
Well, we knew it was going to be a good ball game tonight. Back and forth we go. 7 minutes, 17 seconds left here in the first half. Get the Grizzly offense back on the field. Plenty of time to move the ball and see if they can find the end zone again.
And again, big Suburban League game. Take a look at the Suburban League standings. You've got 4 teams at 2-0. Wadsworth, Copley, Green, Talmadge.
There you see the standings right there. Grizzlies on top with the unblemished record. A lot of football left here to be played.
And you're playing those 3 beneath you tonight and the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is the meat of the schedule right now. And we said it before, September's for pretenders, October's for contenders, and we'll find out what this Grizzly team's made of here in the next few weeks.
Grizzlies remain the 15th ranked team in the state in the Division I state poll after the win last week.
Jack Snowball again remains the lone returner for the Grizzlies, but I think the Bulldogs probably are planning to kick
away from him.
Short, yep. No,
they will kick it from the 6. Snowball gonna look for an opening. Finds one at the 35-40, 45-50, 44. Oh, man. A final play made by Andrew Pratt as Jack really weaving through traffic from the far side of the field to the middle.
Yeah, great return. Great return. You can see it. We were saying, you know, if you do kick deep, then you try to kick it to a corner, and that's what they tried to do. But Jack made the nice cuts, uses the stiff arm, that great balance we see. And then you mentioned Pratt, and Pratt got up rather gingerly from that collision. Like his shoulder may have been injured on that play.
There's Boffman. Boy, Boffman running hard tonight when he gets the chance.
And they are. It's neat to watch the scheme here because you do see the Green defense is flying at number 5 every play. That's who they're keying on. That's who they're watching. And the Grizzlies attacking the soft underbelly. Then once everybody starts flying out, chasing number 5, they're hitting them right underneath with a heavy dose of Bret Boffman.
1st and 10. Here's Snowball. The 22-yard line. Clock continues to run. 6:35 to play first half.
Yeah, and these runs to Jack are still very important in the grand scheme of things. John, if you wonder why they keep giving the ball if the other stuff's working, because the other stuff's working because of number 5, and the other reason you give it to him is because he's a great ball carrier, and you, just by law of averages, the more times you put in his hands, the chances are he's going to break one.
2nd and 5, little fake. Kuss lowers the head to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be now 3rd down, and I want to see where they move the marker to. It's going to be about 3rd and 4, and the Grizzlies could very well be in 2-down territory right here. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left.
Although Escudero does have that leg,
he
might want to just try and tie it up. We'll see how close they do get on this 3rd down.
Right, and that may be dictated by how much they have if they don't pick it up here.
Quick one to Boffman. He got it. At the 16-yard line, they needed to get to the 17.
Yep. So again, just doing a great job with the inside trap and the quick runs to the fullback, and there he is on the 16-yard line, 1st down.
1st down for the Grizzlies, 1st and 10.
Brett Boffman, 10 yards a carry tonight, 4 carries for 40 yards.
Yep, and that Green defense could be wearing down too, John. We said they're not that big.
6th first down of the night. Give to Snowball, hole up the middle, 5, touchdown! Jack Snowball puts the Grizzlies up 13-10 with 5:04 to play in the first half.
Great play, just the inside isolation play. Brett Boffman leading, great job by the offensive line. You see John Roberts staying on his block right there. Derek Mackey blocking. And the longer they stay on those blocks and engage those defenders, the more you get number 5 going north-south.
Looks like his knee did come down, but the ball looked to already be across the goal line. And for Jack Snowball, that's his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. And Escudero's extra point. Luis really coming into form now, making 12 consecutive extra points. And he was 6 for 6 last week against Revere.
And those are big. Each one of those is big in a game like this and the games ahead. Those extra points are always big.
And the junior Luis Escudero, forward and star player on the Grizzlies soccer team. I believe he has something like 13 goals on the season. That's like half of the team's total for this season. Also has 4 assists.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch him get better and better each week, more confident, more comfortable with what he's doing. Now 5 minutes remaining in the half. Grizzly defense has toyed with some turnovers and almost come up with some turnovers here. Boy, I'd love to get one right now. Be able to get some momentum going into halftime.
For the Bulldogs, number 7, Mike Cable.
Again, it all starts with a good kickoff here in special teams.
And number 30,
good kick coverage. Luis did a little squib kick here last time. See if he does that again.
Yes, he will. And it rolls to the 15-yard line, picked up by number 7 of the Bulldogs, and another great return by the Green Bulldogs. That is Mike Capeluk, the senior for Green.
Yeah, nice job by Mike Capeluk here. You could see just they did squib it, but he got the quick bounce to get it off the turf, and then he makes a nice play right here. He breaks tackles, stiff arms, got through a little seam right there, and Bulldogs have great field position again, starting this drive on the 37. But boy, this would be the ideal time for a Grizzly turnover right here. See if they can get a takeaway.
Grizzlies on the season are +3 in turnover ratio. This is Zach Wieland, the twin brother of Seth.
Ryan Wise hustling over there from his outside linebacker spot to make a nice stop. But not before Wieland picks up about 6.5, 7 yards on first down.
Zach Wieland came in 34 carries, 225 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. Finch now in there at running back. 3 or 4 exchangeable runners we've seen so far tonight for the Bulldogs. Zimmerman stopped by Tyler Perry. Nice ankle tackle at the 46-yard line.
Let's see where they spot this, if it's a first down or not. It's going to be close.
We're going to say 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not getting a measurement right here. Clock running with 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
And Zimmerman just going to sneak it going up under center.
Let's see.
He will to the left side, get the first down.
Yep, got forward there, he didn't need much. So first down. 3:19.
On the tackle, number 51, Byron Brown. Play is good for a first down. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
5th first down of the night for Green. 3:19 and counting in the 2nd quarter. It's Finch. Grizzlies all over that one, no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the Grizzly defensive line. Paladar and Brown, Tavanello.
They will give him a yard on the momentum.
Good job. Clock's running, 2:46. Now Pratt's going to split out to the left here.
Three receivers. Zimmerman going to look for one of them. And incomplete. That one intended for Mason Hazen.
Yeah, Mason may have been fortunate not to get closer to that ball because Chester Foth was kind of peeling around. break into that football, ready to lay a hit on him.
Hazen, 5'9", 175-pound junior. They call him Maz.
Maz has.
Yep.
Has Maz.
3rd and 9, 2:21 to play first half. Ball just inside green territory. Zimmerman looking to throw, does, and intercepted. It's Chester Foth from the 45-yard line of Wadsworth. Foth running, corner end zone, touchdown.
Great job. There's that big turnover that we were waiting for. Zimmerman was fortunate a few other times tonight to get away with some late throws. And he's staring down the receiver. He's throwing off his back foot. And that is a recipe for disaster. You can see Chester Foth right there in coverage, and Chester has some great wheels. Once he picks it off, he knows what to do. You get that right down that near sideline and all the way into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown right there. Great job by Chester.
Foth keeps the team lead in interceptions. That was his 4th. And the first time a Grizzly has intercepted the ball and returned it to the end zone.
Yep, huge play there, huge momentum play.
Escudero quickly gets it off. You got those speedsters coming off the ends trying to block those extra points. 2:08 to play first half, 21-10.
Yep, great play. Just what the Grizzlies needed right there. A huge defensive play. Got the ball back and got it into the end zone themselves. Now 2:08. Grizzlies will kick off here again and see if the defense can hold them.
The Green High School Athletic Department and the Green All Sports Booster Club would like to thank all the sponsors that purchased stadium banners.
Grizzly band getting ready to take the field at halftime.
Booster Club, and anyone interested in purchasing a banner should visit www.
Decent crowd on hand tonight, but I think the rain may have kept some away.
I haven't seen a drop fall since the game started.
Yeah, I saw like right at the beginning, I saw people putting their umbrellas up and like maybe a light mist. But it is chilly. The temperature really did drop down here, and there's a pretty strong wind. But again, beautiful facilities here at Green. Really a nice stadium.
Yard line. It's picked up by Zach Whelan. There he goes. Watch the speed on these kids. Good stiff arm flag at about midfield. We'll see what that is, but boy, these Green returners are dangerous.
They are, and they've really done a nice job executing their return. They keep coming to the right side here as you look at the flag.
First and 10 at the Wadsworth 36-yard line.
Sideline warning on Green, maybe.
Yeah, which won't take the ball back at all. But you can see they're executing that. They're hitting that seam. They're creating a seam right there, and the Grizzly coverage team just isn't squeezing down enough and converging on that point.
So Green
Bulldogs, they got a chance now, knocking at the door. 2 minutes left.
Well, Zimmerman not out there at quarterback. It's Daryl Corrin, the junior.
Yeah, see if you can see on the sidelines if he's hurt at all. I don't see him on the bench.
Number 85, Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he's right in the middle of right by the 40-yard line marker. Down in front of us is Zimmerman, and he's got his hands on his hips.
So the Green coach is making a switch here to Daryl Corrin, 5'11", 180-pound junior.
He's going to roll to the left, throw, strong, over the middle, a little too long for Mason Hazen.
Yeah, good arm though. You could see Corrin really put some mustard on that pass. He rolls out, and big Nick Tavanello doing a nice job containing him. That was a little bit of a float on that football, but he certainly got it downfield in a hurry.
Not sure about the change. Zimmerman looks fine down there, and you know he's got an arm. We mentioned what a great pitcher he is on the Green baseball team. That I think they were like a game away from the making it to the state tournament in baseball this past spring.
Yep, 3rd down and 8 here.
1:19 to play. Fake handoff. Pass is caught. Christian DeLauro, the tight end, has a couple catches tonight. That one a big one for a first down.
Boy, he's a big kid too, 6'5", 230 pounds. And a nice pass here from Corin, but look at the size of the targets. These Green receivers are big. Pratt and DeLauro, they've got some big, tall kids that can catch the football and run.
1st and 10 from the 15. 1 minute to play first half.
Yeah, see if they can hold them to a field goal here.
Corin being rushed, and that nice rush by Bret Boffman caused the ball to be thrown away by Corin.
Yeah, that credit Bret Boffman right there for that incompletion, because he provided the pressure, and a good call there by defensive coordinator Rob Karovic to get that pressure on. They've been rolling their quarterbacks out, and Grizzlies got a defender in his face right there and made him throw before he was ready to throw.
And Bret came through untouched on that one.
Yeah, and that's a difficult throw for a right-handed quarterback when you're rolling to your left like that to try to get the ball out. So the clock stopped, 42 seconds left remaining in the first half.
Corin obviously in there to throw it. We'll try again from the 20. Tavanello slowed him down a little, and he runs it to the 10. Clock will continue to run. Green may call timeout. And then a flag after the whistle was blown. Chester Foth clapping like it's on Green.
I don't know if it's a holding penalty, but Grizzlies did a nice job right here of keeping him in bounds. And I see it looked like somebody kind of came in and pulled him back in. Oh, and there's a late hit. And I'll tell you, that was number 71, Zach Tepes, and we kind of saw that on the interception return. He came up and hit somebody late, and there he did it again, and this time it's going to cost the Bulldogs.
And Zach Tepes, 5'10", 190-pound center.
Yeah, and the
don't know what he's doing over there.
Yep, linebacker on defense, and that's the second time we've kind of seen him hitting late like that, and here it's going to cost his team, could cost him points and even maybe a field goal try. Being a little over-aggressive there.
Penalty is against the Bulldogs.
So they're going to mark it.
Back to the 24.
Yep. It'll be 2nd and 19, 31 seconds to play.
Boy, this would be huge if the Grizzlies can hold them to either to a field goal try or no points.
Wadsworth does have 21 points on the board, but they've done a job holding Jack Snowball down tonight, but the Grizzlies have found other ways to score.
Yeah, and again, I think that's part of the trade-off, and it's no secret what teams are going to try to do defensively against the Grizzlies. They know they've got to do everything they can and throw the kitchen sink at number 5 to try to slow him down.
I mean, he's only got 26 yards rushing, came in averaging 190 per game.
Yeah, but to do that, then that opens up some of the other weapons in the Grizzly arsenal.
And the nice interception return by Chester Foth, giving the Grizzlies 21 points. Timeout Wadsworth.
Yeah, Grizzlies coaches maybe saw the formation of the Bulldogs right there and wanted to make a adjustment in their coverage before the ball was snapped.
Let's take a look then at the scores from last week as far as Wadsworth opponents are concerned. And I noticed a drop in the playoff rankings for Wadsworth. They were 2nd last week, dropped to 7 due to the fact that everyone Wadsworth has beat lost.
Yeah, and I think Ashland was leading for most of that game, and Worcester losing by 1 point, and Medina losing to Lakewood there. All were games that could have easily gone the other way, but did cost the Grizzlies in the playoff rankings.
All right.
Let's see, they got a big 3rd down and long right here. And I would look at number 87, Pratt,
Middle of the second quarter.
and number
Townley
48, that big tight end, DeLauro.
7, Nordonia
The 2 big
0.
targets here for the Bulldogs. Pratt's going to split out to the right. DeLauro's going to be in the tight end spot on the left.
He's going to throw, corner of the end zone, and he was looking for Pratt, but he was triple covered.
Yeah, we had Wise, Pappas, and Kuss all over there, so the clock's going to stop with 27 ticks left, and it's going to be 4th down. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to try a field goal. Grizzlies got to be heads up for a fake right here and see if they can. Boy, just holding them to 3 points.
That was awful nice of the Green coach to come over and explain to me why number 6, Mark Zimmerman, is not in there, the senior quarterback. The Green coaching staff feeling he's struggling a little bit with his accuracy at the goal line situation, so they're just making the change, bringing in Daryl Corrin.
Yeah,
Corrin looks like he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a good arm, and you know, the coaches are confident that he might be able to come in and provide a spark. They're certainly throwing a lot more with him in there before the half. So, but now all eyes are going to be on number 3 here, Mark Owens, the junior kicker, 5'9", 160 pounds. See if he could split the uprights and get the Bulldogs on the scoreboard one more time here before half. Oh, look at this. Trick play here. See what they're going to do.
Yep.
And snap it.
Grizzlies going to call timeout again.
Take a look at that. And you could see what they were doing. They took their receiver, Pratt, and tried to isolate him on the right side. They put everybody else on the left side, and they got DeLauro over there. And that's kind of that muddle huddle things that you see a lot of teams do, John. They've got a lot of different options off that. You can snap it and just give it to your guy and take off. If everybody runs over to the right side to cover the, to cover that, you can run option off that if they don't leave enough guys to cover.
Or you can go the one-on-one pass
you can
to
go
the taller
one-on-one
receiver.
If they only throw one guy over on that side to cover Pratt, then you just run a fade and you throw it to him. Or you can snap it and then you zip it over to the side that you have loaded, and you got all those blockers right there, and you can run, or sometimes they throw it over there and run a pass off that. Then that kid can throw it. So it's a lot of different options off that little muddle huddle that you can do. And the Grizzlies, that's why the Grizzlies coaches smartly called timeout right there. Let us make sure everybody's set.
And they're doing it again. This time to the right side, everyone will move. Pratt alone on the left. And Corrin looking to throw, does, and all kinds of traffic. Nice job, Grizzly defense, breaking up the pass intended for junior wide receiver Ron Brandt. And an interesting note about him, number 8, Ron Brandt of the Green Bulldogs. He is the son of Buckeye High School's all-time leading rusher of the same name.
Oh, great. Interesting fake right there, John. I believe he snapped that ball, and he was the one that ran right down the middle of the field. But great job by the Grizzlies special teams coaches, and defensive coaches coaching that up. They had that all well covered.
So Grizzlies keep it. Snowball to the 35.
Number 5,
whistles blow. Clock will stop because the officials are calling timeout.
On the tackle, number 48, Christian.
Yeah, I would think the Grizzlies will be content to go into halftime with an 11-point lead.
Timeout on the field. Wadsworth, timeout.
But boy, what a good first half. Some great high school football. We've seen some great plays tonight. Both teams.
Minutes to go in the first half. Mentor 20.
That last stand by that Grizzly defense was big. You don't want to give them momentum going into the half. If they would have scored a touchdown, they're just down by 4. they would have had some good momentum coming out of the half. So great job by the Grizzly defense.
See if the Grizzlies will run one last play. They do have 2 receivers to the right.
Yeah, you can always hand it off to number 5.
You never know what'll happen there.
Any given down.
13 seconds to play in this first half. Snowball will get it. Big hole, making some moves. 40, 35, 30. Stiff arm, 20, 10. Touchdown, Jack Snowball with 2 seconds left on the clock. That was an 11-second touchdown run.
We said, John, you never any given down, and you know, no matter what point in the game, you give it to number 5, and he can take it the distance, and you know you can control him, and load the box. But all it takes is one play, and he can take it the distance as he just did. So great job by the offensive line by Jack Snowball. Grizzlies on the board here one more time before half.
64-yard touchdown run. The extra point is good, making it 28-10. 64-yard touchdown run. Jack Snowball, 103 yards rushing now on the night, and he has now reached the 1,000-yard mark on the season. Jack Snowball now with 1,051 yards rushing on the year.
And John, you said that puts him in the company now, what, back-to-back or 2 1,000-yard seasons?
Yep, with Drew Jones and Joe Tricome, the only players in Wadsworth High School history to have 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons.
Yep, and it, again, I've said that many times too, it's a credit to the offensive linemen. I know they take a lot of pride in that, Coach Sean Flaherty, but those big guys up front that do such a good job blocking, that's always a tribute to them as well. We have great running backs, but we've got great linemen, and they're doing a wonderful job blocking for Jack.
And Jack starting to crack that list higher and higher in the career rushing yardage. And that's his second touchdown tonight for Jack Snowball. Now 14 rushing touchdowns on the year. So Jack has scored, 12 points tonight. He came into tonight needing 20 to join Drew Jones, Paul Macco, and Jim Reynolds as the only 200-point scorers in school history. Escudero squibs it with 2 seconds left. Picked up,
Ball's
fumbled. Loose. And the bad part is the clock's going to hit 0 at the half. Grizzlies come up with some big plays here in the second quarter to make it Wadsworth 28-10. Grizzlies looking to stay undefeated, and Green looking to continue their best season since 2006. Enjoy the halftime show, and we'll be back. The Green Bulldogs in the first half had 6 first downs, 1 turnover, the interception that was returned for a touchdown by Chester Foth, 4 penalties for 30 yards, 177 total yards, 47 on the ground, and they're 130 through the air. Zimmerman, 6 carries for 18 yards, was the leading rusher, so Grizzlies doing a good job on the run tonight. And Zimmerman was 6 out of 12 for 106 yards, but they did pull him there late in the second half in favor of the junior Darrell Corrin, and Grizzlies took advantage with the 28-10 lead. Wadsworth 10 first downs, 2 penalties for 15 yards, which was nice to see, Roger, after really the only downside last week were the 10 penalties the Grizzlies had against Revere. Wadsworth 185 yards, as usual, 163 of them on the ground. Snowball 9 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. All highlights his going over the 1,000-yard mark on the season. And another highlight I mentioned, the Foth interception for 55 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and the nice touchdown pass from Kustasimi as well. But, yeah, those stats pretty true to the Grizzly offense. And then the other thing that we didn't mention, Bret Boffman also don't have his yardage, but he really has hurt the Bulldogs as well, rushing from the fullback spot. So the Grizzlies are going to get the ball here first half. went into halftime with a lot of momentum after the Chester Foth interception return for the touchdown. And let's see if they can't, if they can come out and get on the board with this opening drive and start out strong in the second half. Really could go a long way towards winning this football game here early in the second half. And again, Jack snowball deep, and we saw him get a nice return. See if the Bulldogs squib it or kick it short.
They do kick it short right up into the hands of Eric Yetzer, making the nice catch and stop there, and just falls on it at the 36.
Good job by Eric. Just cover that. Now you got the ball close to the 40-yard line to start off the drive, and Grizzly offense, see if they can keep it going. And the other thing, I wouldn't be shocked, John, if they do go play action or something, bootleg or something here with the Bulldogs really trying to stop that run. They've done that all game.
Just another snowball, another first down. Just another one of those revenge games, Roger, from last year. We've got a couple more coming up the next couple of weeks after that tough 2010 season.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Dennison this week, and he, again, credited his seniors. He said they're doing such a nice job of keeping everybody's head where it needs to be. You just take it one game at a time, one practice at a time. You just keep trying to push and get better every week, and good things will happen. And he said the seniors have done a great job leading this football team.
Jack Snowball. He gets about 7.
Snowball again, the ball carrier.
Yep, nothing fancy, that ground and pound attack.
Number 48, Christian DeLauro.
Jack just looking for the holes there. The linemen getting their blocks, gets the receivers, and we said you can get those receivers. If they're blocking downfield, that helps. Spring those long runs, and boy, the nice thing too about that Grizzly attack, they can wear teams down too. They just keep pounding you, pounding you, pounding you. They're big up front. They're facing a smaller defensive front here with the Bulldogs and just pounding away at them.
Snowball again. This time they don't let him get too much, but
Snowball again, the ball carrier.
mentioned earlier too, it's a young defensive line for Green, so.
Yep, we got a third down and about 3 right here. And again, the Grizzlies will take 3rd and 3. They like to stay out of the 3rd and longs, but they'll take this.
Snowball gets the first down to the 40.
Number 5, Snowball again, the ball carrier.
Yep, nice job. Little pitch there to the
tackle,
left.
Number 31, Seth Whelan. Number 71,
Give Jack a chance to work in space as he talks things over with the referee a little bit.
Play is good for a first down, 1st and 10, Wadsworth.
The other thing that they're good at too, John, is working with a lead. 18-point lead right here. Their running game is helpful in taking time off the clock.
A little stretch handoff to Snowball, another first down, slides out. Grizzlies are averaging 37 points a game.
On the tackle, number 12, Zach Whelan.
You're going to see Brett Boffman again. It's that deep stretch play, and you see Boffman doing a good job getting under the pads of DeLauro there. And then Jack just finds himself in a lot of space. You see Nate Winkler out there providing some blocks on the outside, keeping those defensive backs off him.
This is Boffman. They'll mark it at the 26.
Yeah, nice hit there by Kyle Finch right there, the running back linebacker for the Bulldogs. Number 27 did a good job coming up and getting Brett Boffman in the hole, keeping him to a short gain. 2nd and 8 here for the Grizzlies.
14 carries, 146 yards on the night for Snowball, and he pitches it to Snowball, does Kuss. Kuss didn't see an opening there, and unwise decision by Kuss. As you see here, he saw he didn't have anywhere to go. Jack staying back in the backfield and flipped it a little high and behind him.
Yeah, that just you know, when you run the option, that's one of the things that it's a good play, but you do have the tendency to put it on the ground right there, and you can see the timing just wasn't there. John kind of tucked it away, and then he pulled it back out and tried to pitch it late, and just wasn't there. So brings up a long situation, 3rd and about 25.
Kuss does throw long to Snowball, just out of his reach. He kind of outran Seth Whelan there, the junior defensive back.
Boy, they almost connected there. That would have been a huge pass had Jack been able to come up with that one. They didn't miss by much, but it's going to bring up a 4th down now. See if Chester Foth can get a good kickoff. Andrew Pratt, good receiver here for the Bulldogs, deep to return it.
Foth will boot this one from midfield. Goes out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
All right, see who they're going to open up with the second half at quarterback.
It's going to be Zimmerman. Coach talking to him down there.
Okay, Zimmerman coming back out. 5'10", 180-pound senior.
Zimmerman, honorable mention All Suburban League in football last year. Mentioned an All-Ohio pitcher in baseball. A little shovel pass there to look like number 31, Seth Whelan.
Yeah, a little kind of option pitch right there. Bulldogs running that themselves, and decent gain on 1st down of about 4 yards.
Zimmerman zips one. Nice pass there, complete to number 9, Jordan Kitzmiller, senior wide receiver.
Little curl pattern. Zimmerman starts off with a nice throw here in the second half. 1st down.
$7:10 now left in the 3rd quarter. Oh, Zimmerman. When you say knifing through, that's what Ryan Wise did right there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on a blitz right here, but credit Nick Semi for setting the edge of the defense right there. And boy, Ryan, if that was not a blitz, that's really a heck of a job of attacking downhill, diagnosing that play quickly, and then just attacking downhill, head in front. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon right there. Great job by Ryan Wise.
Tackle for loss. Ryan Wise, 2nd and 13. Zimmerman to the left, steps up, and Nick Tavanello looks out of the corner of his eye and sees him trying to get by him, but the Ohio State wrestling recruit, 2-time state champion, says nope.
Yeah, and again, so impressive. He's a big kid that can move, and a lot of times you get a kid that size and they can't contain the quarterback. But you saw Big Nick right there using his hands so well against the blocker and moving laterally and containing the quarterback and bringing him down. Great job. 3rd and long. Now again, screen, draw. Let's see where their big receivers are. Looks like Pratt's in the slot on the left.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Zimmerman looking to that right side and a little hesitation pass. And that was Mason Hazen, who had quite a few steps on the Grizzly defense there, passed just a little long.
Yep, and boy, as he was taking off, a little go route, and they just sprint out the other way. They put most of the receivers on the other side. They rolled to the single receiver, and as he took off, Chester Fought jammed him just a little bit, and that jam was enough to disrupt that route and help cause the incompletion.
4th and 15. Daryl Corrin, the backup quarterback, in there to punt it away. High snap, pulls it down, gets off a nice one. Grizzlies wave it away, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like about the 38, 39.
Yep, Grizzlies got to get on the board now. You got to score first in the second half. Take control. Try to put this game away. Offense has got to keep up the pace now.
Here's Snowball showing that burst of speed. First down into green territory.
Yep, great run there.
Watch him hit the hole.
Yep, and he actually cut that one back. It looked like a isolation play that was supposed to go to the left, but one of the things great running backs have is vision, and when they see that hole open up, they make that quick cut, get going north-south, and Jack is a master of that technique. He's got great vision, and he makes his decision and he goes.
Under 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Boffman bounces off the stack, gets a couple, surging forward.
Yeah, looked like a little inside trap with the fullback here, Boffman, and the timing was just off a little bit with the offensive line. Looked like he ran into the pulling guard right there. So it'll be a short gain.
Snowball cutting the corner, has some room. Stiff arms Mike Kapeluk for a couple extra, and Snowball now over 150 yards rushing on the night.
Yeah, and as we've seen so many times with Jack, he gets stronger as the game goes on. And, it's a bad combination for the defenses because they tend to start wearing down. They're getting pounded on by those big physical Grizzly offensive linemen. And as they start slowing down, he starts speeding up.
Snowball going to the right side this time. And a late hit. Jack all the way to the track on that one.
Yeah, there's been a few questionable hits and contact after the whistle, and the referees are going to tack 15 onto this. But boy, he's so hard to tackle, and it's really hard to tackle high. But right there, you see he was already out of bounds, and he gets another shot right there. So referees are going to move it that much closer to the Bulldog goal line. And again, if the Grizzlies can get in here, 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter, as you see our referee making the call. Boy, they could really go a long way to ending this thing early.
Personal foul against the Bulldogs.
Grizzlies can get a first down at the 4-yard line on this first down play. Quick one to Boffman again.
33, Bret Boffman, the ball carrier. Number 58, Jack Peel.
Boffman.
Number 72, Lucas
It's a
Popovich
little
on the tackle.
low 5 there from quarterback John Coast. John gets the play. Again, Coach Dennison calls the offensive plays. It's fun to call plays when you have a lot of weapons like this team.
Down to the 11-yard line goes Snowball.
That doesn't look like much, John, but that's, again, he's getting the ball deep. His play's designed to go wide left, but he's got the green light to cut it back, and things are kind of jammed up.
And you see there, getting his feet knocked out from under him was Brandon Paladar. He might have just twisted an ankle or something. You could go back and show that replay. You could see he got pushed down and shoved from behind, kind of, and that leg buckled under him.
See that? He looked like he was tied up with number 58, Jack Peel, right there, and it looked like there was a bend to that leg that you don't want to see. I don't know if they're looking at his knee or his ankle.
Here, look at about right there in the center of your screen is Paladar. That left leg got.
Yeah, you hate to see that when the foot gets planted and pinned like that underneath.
Yeah, you watch, you bring that back, and that left foot.
Yeah, Brandon explaining things to the docs here, what happened and what he felt. And hopefully nothing too serious.
Can't say enough about what the 6', 244-pound senior tackle has done for this Grizzly offensive and defensive line this season. And he is standing.
Not putting a lot of weight on it, but that's a good sign right there. Kind of take his time. Again, doctors Crawford, Boyer, and trainer Ron Burdett doing a good job with all the Grizzly football players, keeping them healthy. And that's good. Brandon's going to kind of try it on his own a little bit. So hopefully get that thing checked out. Hopefully he'll get good news here. Getting some support from his teammates. A few pats on the back, and we'll see who they have in here to replace him now.
It's 3rd and 7 for the red and white with 3:20 to play in the third quarter, and referee says roll that clock.
Connor Van Fleet's in there now at the left guard.
Play action. Kuss has a receiver open.
We'll see where they mark that, because with forward progress, that ball should be, yeah, they do have it marked. It looks like on about the 6-yard line, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was Simi again, kind of sneaking off there and getting open.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4th down and 2, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to go for it here.
They're at the 6, need to get to the 4. Snowball gets it, and he will not get it. And the ball will be turned over on downs to the Bulldogs, but deep in their own territory.
Yep, good play there by number 71, Zach Tepus, for the Bulldogs, knifing in there and getting Jack before he could get going.
Bulldogs will take over on down. 1st and 10, Green.
He's got a hold of the ankle right there and held on, and the rest of the black shirts arrived right there. So the Grizzly defense is on now.
Tepus really their top lineman. There goes Finch. He's got the speed. Down to the 30.
Number 27.
A nice run right there and got him out of the hole. Said, talking about Jack Snowball having good vision. You can see Kyle Finch right there showing the great vision as well. He just saw where that thing opened up. Got north-south, shows that he's got some shifty moves. A nice pickup and gets the Bulldogs out of the hole.
Finch 12 carries for 51 yards last week in the win over Cloverleaf. 2-minute mark, third quarter. And
Corrin,
the backup quarterback, in there again. Little inside handoff up the middle. Finch making some shifty moves, trying to get around John Kuss, but Kuss making a nice tackle at the Wadsworth 49.
Looked like pretty much the same play that they just ran. They're going to get the ball. He's going to get going and just find some room. And see, boy, he can break some tackles too. We mentioned he's got some decent size, 5'11", 210. And you mentioned his track speed, and you can see right there he's got some game speed.
Sports medicine practice and game coverage for Green High School is provided by Suma's Center for Sports Health.
So there's going to be a timeout here. Grizzlies are going to talk things over.
And Christine Oriole, both licensed athletic trainers. And your team physician coverage is provided by Dr. James Goff,
So
sports medicine physician.
timeout. Let's check out the other games going on. Wadsworth opponents who they'll be playing tonight. Mansfield Senior at Ashland, Worcester at Clear Fork. Medina, tough one tonight, Solon.
Yeah, we said their schedule's brutal. They've got some really powerful schools.
Heard earlier Cloverleaf was up 7-0 on Copley, but of course that was still first half, so.
Yeah, and I'm sure Copley can score in bunches. Highland Revere, big game here tonight, and then Nordonia Talmadge.
Fourth quarter, we'll take a look at those computer rankings when we get a chance. And talked earlier, Wadsworth dropped from 2 to 7 because all the teams they've had W's against lost, but you keep winning, you don't have to worry about it.
It's all you can control. So
Corrin throwing, and a flag going to be thrown on Foth as Corrin threw for Seth Whelan, and Foth a little early on his back.
Yeah, little rollout throwback post, and just some tight coverage right there, a little too tight.
There you see him on his back.
Yeah. So let's see where the ball's spotted. Looks like it's going to be on the 34-yard line.
Pass interference against the Grizzlies.
And again, you know that you can't go to sleep, John. Minute 44 here left in the third quarter.
He got a whole nother 12 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in the game.
From the Wadsworth 34, Grizzlies D-line jumps, gets back. Finch again, that little inward handoff. He goes to the left this time. Grizzlies have that one, Red.
Yeah, there it is. There's the running the same play now, just a little shotgun handoff, and that time the Grizzlies no room given here to Finch, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. It's like Derek Mackey checking in at one of the defensive line spots.
Keeping Finch in there, trying to get him going. Well, they really rotate the backs in and out, but he's been in there this whole series. 2nd and 8 from the 33. Corrin. Just a nice out route and stop by top receiver Andrew Pratt. Another first down for the Bulldogs.
Yep, they're moving the ball now a little. See, they like to sprint the quarterback out, move the pocket a little bit. That's a nice pass by Corrin. He zipped it right in there, right between the 8 and the 7. And then, you know, Pratt, big receiver.
Hard to bring down.
6'5", 200 pounds. And
especially on the run.
Yeah, he is. When he gets in space, he's going to be tough to bring down. He's in the slot to the right here.
Finch to the 15. Gain
Number
a
27,
couple.
Kyle Finch again running for the Bulldogs. On the tackle, number 25, Ryan Weiss. Number 33,
40 seconds remaining, third quarter.
See if they continue to keep it on the ground here. They're going to go that formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left.
Oh, nice job there. Anthony Pappas, the senior cornerback.
Yeah, and we saw them before when they ran this formation. They threw it back to the single receiver. This time they're going to zip it out to Pratt.
That's a textbook tackle there, too. Below the waist, wrap up those legs, and Anthony Pappas.
Yeah,
He plays a lot bigger than he is. He's only 5'8", 171. He gives up a lot to the 6'5", 200 Pratt, but showed there what he can do. End of the third quarter, Wadsworth still leads at 28-10, same score as at the half. We will take a end of the third quarter break and be back.
Hello, I'm Dale Fortner, Superintendent of Wadsworth City Schools, and many of you know we have an important ballot issue this November. During the campaign, we think that it is vital that you separate fact from fiction.
Fact. Wadsworth City is the only school district in Medina County to receive the Excellent with Distinction Award for 3 consecutive years.
Fact. The schools have achieved this rating while charging the lowest property tax per pupil in Medina County and spending the lowest amount per student.
Fact. The schools have already implemented over $5 million in reductions to make ends meet.
Fact. Without the new operating money, deep and impactful cuts will need to be made, and Wadsworth children and families will lose valuable opportunities and services.
Fact. It has been 8 years since the schools have asked for new operating money, which is used exclusively to fund the district's day-to-day operations.
As voters, we believe it's important for you to have the facts. If you need more information, visit our Friends for Wadsworth City Schools website. And on November 8th, vote to keep our schools and communities strong.
Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Through 3 quarters, Green's Kyle Finch, 8 carries, 53 yards. Green with 11 first downs. Wadsworth's Jack Snowball, 20 carries, 165 yards, 16 first downs for the Grizzlies. It's 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs here. Corin going left, throwing for the corner. Even too high for the 6'5" Andrew Pratt.
Yeah, that one just got away from him right there. He's rolling again. That's not an easy throw, rolling to your left like that. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. Bulldogs probably going to go for it here.
Yeah, bringing in a whole stable of receivers.
Boy, and don't forget about number 48, Christian Delorio, too. He's the other big target, 6'5", 230-pound tight end. He already has a touchdown catch.
He's on the right side of the line. He's blocking. A little reverse play there, going to be incomplete. And would have been nice had it worked, but
yeah, they were trying a little trick play a little bit there. Make it look like a handoff or a pitch, and then he's going to throw it back to the quarterback, trying to sneak down the side. But Grizzly defense having none of it, so a big stop right there. And now, again, if the Grizzly offense can get, you got to score here and put this thing away.
Keep it on the ground, keep that clock rolling.
Yeah, and get it in the end zone. You gotta practice good things. You got to play with intensity all the time. You can't let up.
Snowball tripped up by Teepus.
Jack Snowball for the Grizzlies.
Boy, and again, if he doesn't make that tackle.
On the tackle, number 71, Zach.
That could have been another one that Jack might have gone on for a long.
Jack comes up out of the pile limping a little.
Yeah, hopefully nothing serious, trying to jog it off a little bit.
This being chased by Deloro. Now in their defensive end.
Number 19, John Cuss, the ball carrier.
Yeah, short pickup there. Grizzlies are going to have a 3rd down, clock running.
On the tackle, number 48,
10:55. It's going to be about a 3rd and 6. Cuss gets the play from Winkler. See if the Grizzlies go to the air here, if they keep things on the ground. Tight end Nick Seamy's going to go to the left here.
Kuss keeping it. Not much there, but
the ball carrier. Brought down by number 48, Christian DeLore.
Yep, Grizzlies just going with the quarterback sweep. I like the quarterback sweep when you get both running backs out as blockers. You get extra blockers on it. John Kuss, very capable runner, but there's not a lot of room right there, so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Chester Foth on the field to punt the ball away. Andrew Pratt deep to receive it.
Standing at his 39-yard line. Mentioned earlier, he returned 166 yards for a touchdown last week. 38-yard line. Pratt's bottled up at the 40.
Number 87, Andrew Pratt, returning the punt.
Good coverage, nice punt there by Chester. Got some good hang time on it.
Bulldogs
Gave time for the coverage team to get downfield and make a nice stop.
Pratt a little frustrated with the gang tackling there, but
trying to get his teammates fired up. Well, the way the Bulldogs came out tonight, John, remember they marched right down the field in their first drive.
Jumped out to a 3-0 lead.
They had that good field position.
I believe that Pratt's a standout basketball player for the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, I would believe that. Good athlete.
6'5", good size for high school basketball.
Moves very well. He's got good movement. Referee's talking something out here.
On the sideline warning for Green, that'd be their second. So I thought you only get one.
Yeah,
one warning. It was early back in the first half. They got one on a kick return, and they are going to penalize them for it.
Sideline violation against Bulldogs.
So there was that earlier warning. That one now a violation, puts them back 5 yards. 1st and 10 from the 34. Zimmerman back in there at quarterback, hands it off. Tackle for loss.
Number 12,
that was Zach Wieland.
It's like Derek Mackey doing a great job here.
He got blocked and then peeled right off to make the tackle.
Yeah, good penetration. He got in that backfield in a hurry. And Derek's quite an athlete. He's a big kid.
6'3", 274.
Yeah, and good quickness, good power.
9 minutes left in the ball game, 2nd and 14. Zimmerman straight back, being rushed. Floats one over the middle, caught by Finch. And did he hold on?
Oh,
C.J. Edwards on the hit.
Yeah, he got nailed. That was a great job by C.J. Now, they run a little screen here, and the timing's off. And he kind of throws this. He put too much lob on it. And Finch is waiting for that to come down. And C.J. Edwards was not waiting. He was just on the fly, and he knocked the ball out there. A nice ball ejecting hit. Great job by C.J.
Edwards, 5'8", 166-pound senior. So 3rd and 14. Zimmerman, a little shoulder fake there, and he's sacked. Sacked by Ryan Wise.
Was it Derek Mackey from the nose guard and Ryan Wise?
I think Mackey was behind him fighting off a block.
Yeah,
it was Mackey, you're right.
They did a great job. Both those guys squeezing the pocket. And again, Derek Mackey is is an impressive athlete. He does a great job. He's very powerful, very quick, and he just overpowered the center right there.
First sack of the season for Derek Mackey. That's Nate Winkler.
Number 17, Nate Winkler. Fields upon the number 13, Daryl
There's the
Thorne.
offense coming back on now.
On the tackle, number 8, Ron Brandt.
Still looking
Number
for that
33,
knockout punch.
Brandon Soule.
But you know, the defense doing a real good job here in the second half.
Yeah.
This time, Green High School cheerleaders are throwing mini footballs into the stands courtesy of Park Acura, Honda, Mazda, and Subaru. Enjoy the footballs and thank you to our friends at Park Auto Group.
Grizzlies came in allowing 15 points a game. Looked early on like it might be a shootout, but yeah, the defense has clamped down, only allowed 10. And Green has been averaging 26 points a game, so they're...
Number 32, Jamie
Yeah,
Dawson.
they really have played good defense this year. We talk a lot about their offense, but you know, John, their defense has really been solid this year, and had a number of guys step up on that defense.
Another lineman is down, John Hamblin.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Already lost Paladar.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at his ankle, lower leg there.
Although Paladar has come back out to play, so.
Yeah, hopefully nothing serious with Hamblin, because he's another one of those good Grizzly linemen. You know, getting back to their defense too, John, someone was commenting to me this week talking about the Grizzly football team, and they said, boy, that secondary has improved so much from last year. You know, a lot of those guys were young and inexperienced last year, but their secondary has really done a nice job coming together, both in run defense and pass defense, and really coming up with some big plays this year, as they did tonight with the Chester Foth interception return for a touchdown right before halftime.
Yeah, you look at passing yardage, opponents averaging 132 yards passing a game.
Yeah, boy, you just hate to see John going off here. He's not putting much pressure on that thing, so. See Connor Van Fleet's in there, guard.
Yeah, I mentioned Paladar did come back out.
Yeah. Roberts and Tavanello and Mackey all in there. Nick Semi at tight end.
7:40 to play in the game. Jack Snowball, 171 yards rushing on the night. And
yeah, he's watching the clock.
Yeah, the timekeeping referee, back judge there is letting him know when he's got 5 seconds left to snap the ball.
Yeah, 7 minutes, 17 seconds, clock running. And we said this offense is great when you have a lead. Chew up that clock, keep the ball moving.
Third and 6. Again, Kuss looking at the ref. Toss the Snowball to the right. And lifting him up and taking him down is Johnny Barrickman, senior linebacker.
6 foot, 180 pounds. Did a nice job diagnosing that play and blowing it up in the backfield. But the clock very much on the side of the Grizzlies now.
18-point lead, that's 3 scores.
Yeah, Chester Foth back to punt it again. See if he can get some good hang time.
Foth a nice one. Pratt at the 22-yard line. Down to the 29. He's tackled by Anthony Pappas.
Yep, nice job again by Anthony. Taking down Pratt, keeping contained. Pratt wanted to try to get to the outside right here, but look at Anthony keeping a good angle. Head in front. Closing the door. Nice job. Good tackle.
Fundraising committee is selling fresh, delicious Krispy Kreme donuts at the exit gates tonight. Please stop by on your way out. Buy a dozen for just $5. Before Tim Rogers gobbles them all up.
Is Zimmerman back in at quarterback now?
Here's Finch across the 30.
Linebackers Tyler Perry and Bret Boffman combined on the stop.
You'd think Green would
On the tackle, number 8,
start thinking about throwing the football a little more here.
Yeah, they seem
and number
kind
33,
of content
Bret
to
Boffman.
try to move it on the ground and in the air, but chewing up that clock. Timeout.
Timeout.
Green Bulldogs, timeout. The
All
athletic
right, we could
department
look
is
at
asking
those
for your help tonight, keeping
playoff
Memorial
computer
Stadium looking good
rankings.
as you exit your seat
Wadsworth
in the
sitting
stadium.
7th
Discard
now.
your trash in one of the various
As
trash
we
cans
currently
located
look
throughout
at
the
these,
state.
I typed these in
Thank you again
earlier
for
in the
keeping Green
week.
Memorial Stadium a facility that
As
can
we
all be
speak,
proud
those
of.
have changed a little because number 1, Glen Oak, beat number 5, McKinley, last night. So those are already going to be a little bit different as far as those two teams are concerned, but those are before last night's matchup between Glen Oak and McKinley.
Glen Oak with a great running back.
And Green is sitting there in the same region as the Grizzlies, Region 2. Green's sitting 12th right now. And the Grizzlies, well, you just keep getting those W's, you'll stay in that top 8 and get you a playoff game.
Yep, like I said, you just worry about the things you can control. The only team in that bracket you can control is the Wadsworth Grizzlies, so you just stay focused and win every game. Take them one at a time.
2nd and 7, Zimmerman to throw it. Long, off the fingertips of Zach Wieland.
Zimmerman's pass intended for number
That'll
12,
stop
Zach
the clock
Wheeler,
with
is
5
incomplete.
minutes and 11 seconds left. Yeah, Grizzly defense has done a nice job tonight, just kind of keeping them off balance. Third down and 7 here.
Zimmerman in trouble and give about a half a sack each there to Seamy and Curvin.
Yeah, good job by
Zimmerman
Nick
sacked by
Seamy
number 15, Nick Cummings.
and Nick Curvin, both getting a lot of penetration. And Nick, senior nose guard, 5'10", 171 pounds. Not real big, but he's got good movement. And we've seen him a number of times this year getting in the backfield, especially on those passing downs, getting after those quarterbacks as he did right there.
4.5 minutes to play. And Corin will just step back, punt it, high wobbler, hits at the 41, rolls out of bounds at the 46.
4 minutes, 21 seconds left now as the Grizzlies come back in and
Grizzlies will take over first and
just
10.
keep that clock running.
All at the green 46-yard line.
Another statistical category Grizzlies have dominated in so far this season, time of possession. Average per game for Wadsworth, 28 minutes to opponents 20.
Yeah, that's been big in a couple of the games. That really helped them in the Worcester game. And like I said, it's nice when you can get the lead. It's a great offense to have. It's to have that predominantly running, oriented attack. Can run the clock out, pound away at people.
Kuss again, gonna look at the clock. This one to Boffman to the 45.
Number 33, Bret Boffman, the ball carrier. Zach Keepus, Jack Peel on the tackle.
small pickup there of only about 1 yard, but again, the big thing is the clock on the scoreboard winding down. Now under 4 minutes. Grizzlies going to take their time in the huddle.
Boy, from all forecasts, I thought it was just going to pour all night, and it's chilly, but it's stayed relatively dry.
Yeah, right. You're right. It's
here's Snowball.
now, had this game been played at Artwright Stadium, that field would have been that would have been a mud bath after all the rain we got this week. But it's nice to play on this turf. It's that nice field turf.
Big green G in the middle.
Yeah, it really is. It is
the Green nice Bay Packer, Georgia Bulldog, Glenville Tarbloodder, Grambling G.
Coach Gramuglia.
Not with us this evening, so we can poke a little fun. Kuss on the quarterback keeper gets the first down to the 35.
And a big thank you to our statisticians tonight. Wadsworth math teacher John Thompson, community volunteer supporter Mark Carr. Coach G on duty tonight at his alma mater, John Carroll, featured speaker at one of their banquets.
Yeah. He's a feature, all right.
He's a feature. Wherever he goes, he's a featured speaker.
I like putting the math teacher on the stats, though, a little more.
than the English major.
He's good with numbers.
That's right. He's good with numbers.
0 on that run, but Grizzlies don't care. Clock down to 2:15. A little talking going on down there between Jack Snowball and Mike Capelluck. Two seniors. Capelluck from Green playing the safety position. And
2 minutes.
Not sure if it was a friendly exchange of words or not, but in the end, Jack Snowball could just say scoreboard.
Yeah. Yeah, these two teams, it's always fun to play Green. They're always a tough football team. They're always well coached.
A fumbled snap, but Kuss falls on top of it. It'll stay with the Grizzlies 3rd and long. But, yep, this is the 29th meeting between the two. Wadsworth, with this win, now makes the series Green 15 wins, Wadsworth 14.
Yep, a lot of good games over the years with these guys.
The Grizzlies have now won 5 of the past 6 meetings, only losing last season in that span. Down to 1 minute. Snowball getting some blocks to the 30. That could do it.
Number 5,
4th down.
Yep. Should be Jack's last carry of the night. Isolation play, stutter steps, hesitates. Picks up a few more blocks downfield.
Snowball now 186 yards rushing on 26 carries.
Yeah, quite a night when, again, we could see in the first few series, they're really, Bulldogs really concentrating on number 5 and trying to slow him down, but winds up at the end of the night, 186 yards.
2 touchdowns. Grizzlies going to have to run one more 4th down play. It goes to Boffman.
And that's
and clock's going to be stopped with 1 second. That team's trying to line up, but they're going to back up again. Green walking out there like it's over, and they say, nope, get back. 1 second left. The
one more play.
Guy on the trigger down there was a little quick on that, but
good game tonight. Nice job by the Grizzlies. They did what they needed to do and took the next step towards the Suburban League Championship.
Yep, through 6 games, Grizzlies 6-0, and 3-0 in the Suburban League. And Green will drop to 4-2 and 2-1 in the league. Grizzlies turned it over on downs there. And Green just gonna run a play here, I guess. 1 second left. Thanks to our crew tonight, Colin Wright, Phil Dell, John Matting.
Yeah, great job.
A lot of folks probably watching this one, not wanting to make the trek over here in the cold and the rain. Just a handoff. Grizzlies stop it, and that will be the ball game. Wadsworth wins it 28-10.
Wadsworth 28, your final score, Wadsworth 28, your Green Bulldogs 10.